Hey guys, it's Soto Desperado, aka John Greer. Went ahead and I created a backup script for the game. There's some old methods that I use to do that, and I just thought I'd make a quick video. This is for backing up your local ARC. Basically what it does is it backs up the last copy, the second to the last, and the third to the last. And it just does some file arranging to make that. I'm going to show you the script. Hopefully dog will shut up. But anyway, to show you the script, I have the script here as a batch file. It says Windows batch file. It's very small. It's very easy. You open up Notepad, go File, Open. I have it on the actual backup server. So it's on big backup on the F drive. So I specified the F drive because that's where I have my big backup connected. Now it says that it's defaulted to text documents, so I changed that to all files. I hope you guys heard me. To all files, and now the script will show up. And you click on script, or that's what I call it, and this is what it does. Okay? So first thing I do here is I change it to the ARC Backups directory, which is here. F drive ARC Backups, right? Then I make a directory called current, which is going to be whatever is currently in the saved area. Then I'm going to use a command called xcopy, and these are all the options you need to copy the entire contents of that directory with all the files and subdirectories that are in there effectively. It's going to come from, this is the ARC location. As you can see, it's program files, Steam, Steam apps, common, ARC, shooter games saved. Now I take all of the saved. That includes all the, remember I changed the configuration so I can get 150 dynos and all that. It includes all of that stuff. I just recopy the whole thing. I'm not going to kill myself going through all those little files. Then it xcopies that to this directory, which is current. After I have ARC Backups. ARC Backups is in quotes so that it treats it as one item. /current. And these options here, like I said, they will copy all the subdirectories and everything in there. I had to look all this up on Google because, man, I haven't messed with this crap in a long time. Stupid. You know, can you imagine they were used to pay me to do this crap? Anyway, you xcopy this. It has to be very exact. You're taking an entire directory and you're copying it into another directory you just made called current. Then what it does, the first thing it does is it forces the removal of the last directory, or not the last directory, the third directory, because last is going to be number 1, then second is 2, third is 3. So it's going to delete the third copy, which is the oldest copy. Okay? It's going to delete it. So that is no longer in existence. This folder disappears. Then it renames the second folder the third folder. Then it renames the last folder, which is the first folder, the second folder. You see how it switches it up? It basically renames the folders and reclassifies them because they're in a new order now. The last one, or the third one, is deleted. So number 2 becomes number 3. Number 1 becomes number 2. Right? The last folder becomes number 2. And then, I should have said first ARC or something like that instead of last ARC. But then the current becomes the last ARC, or the number 1. And that's what it does. It just renames it, moves all the folders back one level, and updates it. And as you can see here, when you are in the backups folder, you can see when they were backed up. These are the times they were backed up. The last backup was on 6/27. Second to the last, 6/21. third to the last 620 today. Okay? And this script, you have to save it as a batch file, which means it's whatever name you want, .bat. Okay? And you have to go in there and you have to make it a Windows batch file. Otherwise, it'll just save it as a text file, and that's not what you want. And that's it. Of course, at the bottom it says Arc Backup. So, like right now, let me close this out. I run it again. Like right now, it's what? 635, right? Let's run the script again. It's copying all the files to the current. All files to the current. Then it does the little thing. Now, we just did it at 635, right? 635 right there. Now, if you guys can't see it, it's because it's in 720p. I do apologize for that. What I could do... Can I... Nope. It's not going to let me do that. Oh, I'm going to probably do this crap. View, applications, home. No. Nah, it's not going to work. Shoot. I was hoping to... What I could try to do, even though it may not work... 3D viewer? Yeah. No. No. Let me go ahead and just leave it at that. Anyway, you get the idea. Okay. I open up the notepad and I'll bring it up again one more time. Change it to all files. Script. It is registered as a Windows file because I have it as script.bat. Open. Now, what you could do is you can create a text file called script.txt and then use the command prompt. You put in cmd, enter, right? And so, okay, there's no files there. I don't know what I got here. Okay, there's something called end. So like if I wanted to change that file named end, let's say that end was that, I'll be like rename end.txt, assuming it was a text file, end.bat. And that'll change it from a text file to a batch file. I hope you guys can see that. Close that out. And here's the script again. That better? I hope that's better. Okay? When you look up these commands and you look up all these little switches and things, this remove directory will force it to remove, because if not, it prompts you if you want to remove it or not. I don't want to do that when I run a script. I just want it to do it. And so you have at least 3 copies of all your saved information from the last, second to last, and third last. So you have 3 copies. So if anything became corrupted within your last 3 saves, you can go ahead, go into the appropriate subdirectory and copy that back into the directory it originally came out of, which would be this one. Saved, saved right here. That's where it should go back into if you ever lose your information. I was going to do a restore, like a script that restores a particular backup, but you know, it's just a matter of doing the xcopy command the reverse way. Basically, you swap this with the F drive, like right here. So let's say I wanted to do the second arc backup. I would put second_arc here. I would take this, put it in the C drives, and just swap it. So you'll be copying, xcopying from F drive to C drive. And you can also go ahead and you can remove the directory if you want to remove the contents of the directory of saved and then recreate it. That's up to you how you want to do it. And if those of you who are not advanced enough to do this, don't feel bad. It took me a while to do this too. It took me maybe an hour to figure out what the commands were. I haven't done this shit in so many years. It's got to be at least 25 years since I even bothered looking at this crap. And I call it crap because I used to get paid for this. Then all of a sudden my career went down and things happened. But anyway, that's what it is. I'm going to leave it there. I leave the script under the Arc Backups right there, so I can just call it. What I can do also, I can make a shortcut for the script. Okay, so go back up. Let's see, Arc Backups, script, open, next, script T, next. Okay, now here's the shortcut. It puts it in the folder. Let's say I want to have it on my desktop. Take it, put it here. And there it is. Okay. So I can close out that window. Let's say I want to rename it Arc Backup Now. So every time I click on this button, it'll run the script. Just like I have in there, it's a batch file. See, it's copying everything, and that's it. So now, if I go ahead and I go into F drive, Arc Backups. The last Arc that was run is 6:41 p.m. today. It is 6:41 p.m. So all the files in there will have 6:41 p.m. This is a current copy. I just took it with this thing right now. All I had to do was click on the icon and boom, it automatically backs it up. And that's how we programmers like that shit. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope the sound's okay. I'm going to review it. It's only 12 minutes, so it shouldn't take too long to upload. If the quality's too low, I'll try to do something else. All right. Thanks, guys.